I don't think these vultures are going to do much anyway. They might go in and snipe the Defiler. Snipe the Defiler. No, he's not sniping the Defiler. Yeah, with the swarm down, these vultures are going to do nothing. 2 dropships out for Bogus. A pair of Scourge. Two pairs of Scourge. D-Matrix's dropship. No! D-Matrix's dropship! Ah! Terrible play by Bogus, losing both of his dropships to the Scourge. I was saying D-Matrix's dropship, but no, Bogus. Haven't you seen Flash vs. J-Dong in their epic finals? One of the epic finals, rather? Flash D-Matrix both dropships? That's why you D-Matrix both dropships! Ugh! He had all these science vessels flying around. I don't know. Anyway, maybe he didn't have the energy or something. But it looks like Bogus is moving all his medic marines now to the 7 o'clock. Bogus's attacks have been completely ineffectual this game. I think Hiva has a significant advantage at this point. He's got some of his defilers irradiated, but it's not too much of a problem. The swarm is down, and with those swarms and a few lurkers and lings, that base is impenetrable to direct frontal assaults. You cannot break through with just medic and marines. It doesn't seem like he has lurkers down there. He only has a few lings. It should still be enough if he can keep his lings under swarm, which NeoG.Soulkey, yeah, he has a decent number of lings under swarm. More swarm coming down. It looks like Bogus is trying to use mines. Pretty clever move, but with all these swarms laying down, I just don't see Bogus breaking through without either tanks or like 12 science vessels or fire bats. The irradiates are doing significant damage, though. Bogus has the bulk of his army camped outside of Soulkey's base here. He's irradiating lurkers and killing defilers. Bogus is also getting another 2 expansions. He's got 1 building and another floating over to the 3 o'clock. So Soulkey needs to do some sort of attack at this point with his swarm. He's moving out with lurkers, but this is why the mines are so devastating to mix in. Killing lurkers like that, very effective. It looks like this time there are 2 more dropships coming for Bogus. Let's see whether he learned his lesson about the D-Matrix or not. Well, at least he spots the Scourge, so he might not lose them this time. He's dancing his dropships in and out. He's not going to be able to drop just yet. It looks like he's heading to... No, he's still just moving his dropships in the middle of the map. Even though I think so it looks like there's a drop coming from Bogus. This time the Scourge are not in position to defend against the drop. 1 dropship goes down, but the second one is fine. There's 3 Sunkens there, but on the other hand, Bogus is going for the Nidus snipe in the natural of the 7 o'clock position, almost killing the Defiler. The Defiler lives, gets off 1 swarm. Ling's coming, cleaning up this drop. So the drop effectively did nothing. Soulkey is saving up gas, I'm sure, for the Ultras, and he's managed to stop the building of the command center at the 5 o'clock position, but Soulkey does need to mount some sort of attack soon, because if you let the Terran get up to 4 bases like this, and you're still on 4 bases as Zerg, that's not going to be ideal. But I bet he's just waiting to mass up Ultras for 1 decisive push. A few lings out in the middle of the map, just trying to distract Soulkey, killing some of these reinforcements. Very nice. But he doesn't seem to have much defending his... No, he's got some lurkers there. What Soulkey needs to do is kill the science vessels. It's not even like... Yeah, he's got a few Scourge out, but it's not even like hardcore SK Terran that Bogus is doing. I think he only had 1 starport. Although on the other hand, well, he's not building tanks, so he must have 2 starports, but it doesn't seem like he had built that many science vessels, considering like almost, 2 starports, considering like none of them, or nearly none of them, got sniped by Scourge. However, maybe he just left them in the back of the base or something. And the Ultras are out. Doesn't have the armor upgrade just yet, though. Bunker going down for a look for Bogus at the 3 o'clock position. Ling's coming, killing some of these Marines. He's gonna be able to maybe force a lift. On the other hand, Bogus has a lot of science vessel plague all over most of the science vessels. That's gonna force them back a bit. But Soulkey's Scourge flying past the science vessels. Yeah, without killing the science vessels, Bogus is just going to fly around irradiating everything, and no matter how well STX plays with these little attacks left and right, without killing the science vessels, everything will be for naught. You cannot allow Terran to mass up science vessels as a Zerg, because then they could fly around and radiate everything. And he needs to get a Muta out or do some sort of clutch cloning on these science vessels. It looks like STX is sending some Scourge against these 2 science vessels. Looks like 3 science vessels, managed to kill them, but that's not quite enough. There's still a massive number of science vessels, Lings and Ultras at the natural of the 7 o'clock position, but it's not going to be able to break with Swarm and everything. I definitely think that STX needs to do more to eliminate the science vessels, because Bogus still has the bulk of his science vessels intact. Ooh, mines going off, killing medics and marines and lings. Not quite sure that was the result. Ooh, even more mines going off, killing most of the lings of STX. And yeah, the science vessels just radiating the filers, radiating the ultras. These ultras are going to be able to mop up the medic marines here, but Bogus is going to have, yeah, he's already got both his expansions up and running. He's transitioning to tanks, and it looks like there's a new expansion at the 12 o'clock position of STX, but it's going to get mowed down by incoming Terran forces, by the attack of Bogus here, and he lost that hatchery. They even managed to cancel it. So sitting on 4 bases against 4 base Terran, not wise. He's trying to put down more expansions here, but I don't think he actually can. At this point, I'm going to have to give the advantage to Bogus. Shiva, I thought he would have more Ultras built by now. I guess he had to build a lot more Defilers and Lurkers to protect his bases, but without the Scourge to pick out the science vessels, you know, the Radiates are just going to kill things, and the mines are destroying lings left and right. This is why getting a few vultures and mines is so effective. They can do significant damage to ultras, they can do damage to lings. It's just very cost-effective strategy. But Bogus has himself in a good position. In the worst case scenario, he can bunker in and start building tanks all over the place. Looks like some Scourge are finally coming to pick off science vessels. 4 of them are radiated. It's going to run amok all these SCVs. They might be able to kill some of the SCVs. No, not that. But looks like Bogus has enough science vessels to irradiate. Oh, it was a drop. He was irradiating a drop. I see. Drop aborted, sort of in the natural type, the natural of Bogus. This drop is not going to do much. Yeah, looks like it did some damage to the medic marines, but all these attacks by STX are not doing too much, and drop coming from Bogus. It's going to get cleaned up here at the 9 o'clock position. Ooh, Scourge killing the dropship. Very nice. The science vessel count has finally been whittled down to a more manageable number. It's doubtful that Bogus is building more. Oh no, he is. He's got 2 groups of science vessels. I thought with the 2 factories he had at 5 o'clock he might be transitioning more to tanks, but perhaps not. He's just going to build a few tanks along with science vessels. Yeah, Bogus still has, looks like, at least 8 science vessels. A very nice force here, and he's still going to be able to irradiate pretty much at will. Yeah, Bogus is using these tanks to hold out at the 5 o'clock position. There's another attack of Ultraslings coming at the 3 o'clock, but without Swarm, it's going to do pretty much nothing. And with that number of Marines, it's just melting the Ultras even at this point. And slowly but surely, I think the game is slipping away from STX. He doesn't have any drones mining at 9 o'clock. He does not have much of an economy anymore. He doesn't have much of a solution against these science vessels, which have taken to irradiating overlords at this point. He can radiate at least at the filer. There you go. Radiating that filer. Getting a plague off on just 1 science vessel. STX still has enough resources to keep building these little group of lings, but he's not accomplishing anything significant with them. And I think that is a bit of a problem for him. he needs to effect some sort of decisive attack at this point. All Bogus needs to do is hold out, and in this war of attrition, he's going to win for sure. Looks like Soulkey's massed up another force of Ultralings. Looks like it's heading to the 3 o'clock position. Soulkey bringing a few Ultralings to defend his 9 o'clock base, managing to stop this force by Bogus. But yeah, Bogus is still flying around with science vessels, irradiating things at will. Those 2 new defilers, completely useless. On the other hand, it looks like he might finally break through at the 3 o'clock. No, there are reinforcements coming from Bogus, so never mind. His attacks on 3 o'clock just have not been enough. If he brought like 1 defiler over there, that would help significantly. But I guess he can't even march the defiler over because of these irradiates. So Soulkey, I felt he had such good sense of timing, not timing, of tactics this game, like knowing where to attack, when to attack, but you can't. All these things don't really matter if you cannot pick off the science vessels. You gotta pick off the science vessels. If there were only like 2 or 3 science vessels at this point, I think is highly doubtful that Bogus would be able to hold the 3 o'clock position or the 5 o'clock position even, because then you can get the filers out there. Once the swarm is down, it's not much the Terran can do. Massive army of science vessels. There's got to be at least a control group. Bogus doesn't even care if one of them gets picked off by Scourge. That's not going to matter to him. At this point, he can probably start radiating drones or erasering drones. Just send a few science vessels out to do that, and he's still going to have a huge number left. Irradiating more defilers. Finally, a good play on the science vessels. If Soulkey can get a Muta out to attack the science vessels, he'll be in fine position. And if he can do that and hold 12 o'clock, he's going to be right back in this game. But Bogus is sending out Medic Marine Group to wipe out the 12 o'clock base. He's sending out Vultures. I like this play of Vultures plus Mines plus Medic Marines, because the Mines really do a lot of damage to the Zerg, and the Medic Marines are as deadly as always. Yeah, he's withdrawing the Medic Marines, luring them into the mines. Finally, Muta's coming, Scourge coming. This is exactly what Soulkey needs to do. He's wiped out most of the science vessels. Looks like there's only 2 science vessels left. And with that single move, Soulkey might just right back in this game. He might just turn things completely around. He's managed to hold on to the 12 o'clock base. He's got expansion going down at 6 o'clock. And now the onus is on Bogus to do something. He's got a few tanks massed up at 5 o'clock. He's got more Medic Marine battle groups. But critically, he's lost those science vessels. He's not going to be able to irradiate at will at this point. Bogus is going to be able to destroy the 6 o'clock base, I feel, but it's not really mining. And at the least, it looks like, let's see, 1, 2, 3 bases. No, I guess the Natro at the 5 o'clock position is not really too rich on